As a parent, have you ever had one of those moments where your kid just couldn't put it together when it mattered the most? Where their self-confidence failed them when the lights were the brightest? Regardless of all the work that they had put in, they just weren't able to flip that switch and know that they had it in themselves to achieve their goals. If this sounds like you, or if you've ever been there, you know that feeling. And I know how you feel. That was my son. Garrett was one of these kids that would practice with multiple state placers at the clubs, at the high school level, wherever. And in practice, he could either dominate them or go toe-to-toe with them and be a 50-50. Yet when it came time to get to the semifinals and really put it on the line, he just couldn't flip that switch and do it. Until we got him the skills to believe in himself. When he removed those roadblocks to his success, eliminated those anchors that were holding him back, he excelled. We got him this help in the beginning of January, and he excelled through the state tournament beginning of March. Those 7 or 8 weeks, he was unstoppable because he really believed in himself. It culminated in him placing 8th in the Pennsylvania wrestling tournament his senior year. And that was as high as his vision allowed him to get, because he was focused on what he saw as his capabilities, not as what he really saw as his potential. The skills and information that we got for him that unlocked that potential within him were based off of neurolinguistic programming. See, neurolinguistic programming works with the programs of your unconscious mind that allows you to set new standards for yourself. I want you to think of your phone. You know, how often does that phone upgrade? You know, that's brand new phone there, and it's already upgraded twice within a month because they're constantly evolving. There's new apps, there's new programs, there's new information constantly coming out to make them run better. Yet here we are, and here our kids are, running their lives on the programs that were installed before they were 7 or 8 years old. And they've never upgraded those programs because they didn't know how. This is where neurolinguistic programming comes in, because it actually works with the programs of your neurology, showing you new options and building new bridges to different pathways so you can actually accomplish more with the resources you already have inside your mind. It unlocks those potentials so you can go further and achieve more with who you are right now. It's just unlocking that key, that doorway, that pathway, that journey, and taking a step forward on it. Because literally when you remove these obstacles, now all of a sudden the world's at your feet. And let me put it a different way, okay? I want you to build a race car. And that's literally what these kids are doing when they're going to the practices and the strength and conditioning coaches and, you know, learning in school and putting all this stuff together, right? You're taking a car and you're building an Indy car. You know, you're working on your speed and agility. You're making those tires stickier. You're upgrading those tires and giving them more traction. You're doing the strength and conditioning and the stamina work. You're making that engine, the transmission, more powerful. You're working on your external physique, eating right, putting in the right nutrients and stuff, giving your body everything it needs to be as sleek and as aerodynamic and powerful as it can be. But what are you doing to upgrade that driver so they can handle not only the performance of that car, the horsepower, the speed, the quickness, but how quickly things change? How quickly can you adapt to the changes and conditions that are going on around you and focus on the things that are within your control? When you can focus just on those things, you get in that flow state, and that's where magic happens in performance. That is the ultimate goal of transcendent coaching, to get you as close to that state as often as we can so you can perform at your highest level on the field or off the field, whether it's school, sports, or life. And these skills work with you all the way through your life. That's huge for these kids. Could you imagine if we had the skills to change how we saw the world when we were 15, 16, 17 years old? I know for me personally, that would be mind blowing. And I wouldn't have to deal with all this garbage thinking that I have in my head. I'd be able to focus and really see the life that I want to create and build that for my kids and teach them how to do the same things. That is how neurolinguistic programming, transcendent coaching, can change your life. Let's unlock that potential. Let's ignite that power that's really within you and let the world see how great you are. And let's do that for you and your kids. Let's set the world at their feet and let them achieve their dreams.